drilled it at the boat. Alrighty, the township of Port Albert just there behind me. This is a wonderful place. It's low tide at the moment. The forecast is glamour. We're heading offshore to a couple of islands in search of bonito, school bluefin tuna, flathead gummies, who knows. Saying that, I did forget the bait. So it's going to be a pure lure fishing expedition if we end up fishing for flathead and species like that. But for now, let's get the boat in, let's get fishing. I'm going to keep this pretty simple. I'll chuck on either a metal 10 grammer, that'll do. The bait here looks like it's pretty small. It's getting sprayed everywhere. Kick off with this guy, just on the spin stick. See how we go. Let's say these are salmon, but then again, who knows? It looks like there could be bonito. Hopefully there's some bluefin popping up at some point through the day. But now, let's go get a fish on. That'll do. That's in there. Come on. There we go. What is that? Took a bit longer to get a bite than I thought it would. It's almost like, that's a salmon, I think. Got a big pressure point here. You got heaps of current rolling through here, and those fish are just stacking up on the edge of that where the bait's getting jammed up. Is it a salmon or a bonito? What do we got? It's a bonnie. Sweet. And what's cool about this is this season there's been a heap of bonito down here off Wilson's Prom, which is really unusual, like really unusual for this part of the world. And they just rocked up in huge numbers and didn't leave. I'll grab the net. That is a nice little start to the day. There we go. Not a big guy, but one of my all-time favourite fish to catch. They don't grow huge, they look cool though. Bonito, that's the same species that your dogtooth tuna comes from, hence the choppers on this guy. And you just jam that little 10 gram Marksman, rip the hooks out and we'll send him back. Good trick with your tuna, hold them upside down and they go a bit comatose. There we go. Flip him up, quick look. He's off. Happy about that. Made a mess already. Let's get another one. Got ya. There we go. Oh, nice salmon. I could do this for hours. So much fun. You see then, cast in, the bite was instant, and it's usually how it is. If they're going to eat, it's straight away. If they're not, it'll just, you know, you'll crank it all the way back to the boat, and a lot of the time they won't eat. Get him on that upwind side. They're not bad salmon, I can see rolling around in there anyway. And they will be eating literally bait that's like this big. You can tell by the way they're feeding, how they're just like, it's almost sipping like a trout. And they'll be loving life. All that bait's just getting shoved around in this current. It can't swim that well because it's so small. And these guys are just living the dream, eating it. There's a nice salmon, that will do. Pop that hook out. There you go, a nice one. There's bigger ones in there that I've seen, but that will do. Great fish. Oh, messy entry. Let's get another one. There's some seriously big fish in amongst them. I don't know if they're just giant salmon or what. What is it? Far out. I have no idea what this is. It was a real gentle bite too, just sort of like loaded up. This one's got me guessing. Oh, far out. I don't know what that was. That has some serious weight about it. Let's try again. I need to get upwind of these fish again and drift back down, but would have loved to have known what that was. Certainly wasn't fast, but had heaps of weight. Alright, so rather than waste time being not quite on the right bit, we'll just tick forward, get in position. We want to try and get on that leading edge of the school. So they're sort of working this way. They're everywhere. Patches of fish everywhere. Oh my God. Look at them go. Look at them all. That was just on a popper. It's funny, you throw that slug and made a lot of casts, yeah, got fish, but a lot of refusals. Throw the popper and that thing got eaten. We had 2 fish buffet before another one sort of hooked up mid-retrieve. He's a good salmon, that one. Jeez. That is a real nice salmon. It's on the heavier outfit, that's why he hasn't ripped mine. That's a nice fish. That's a couple of kilos of goodness. Like that. There we go. Alrighty. Let's get the hooks out of you, mate, and you can go back to mauling little stuff. Probably thought, wow, some real food. There you go. There you go. Bit of fun. Alright, so I'm marking a bunch of stuff, just random fish at sort of 5 to 10, 15 metres, just here, there and everywhere. There's fish working up there. Instead of blasting up to them, I'm going to chuck on a diver, just tickle my way up. And I'm sort of interested to know what they are. I have a feeling they may be Bonito, sitting down a little bit. See if we can get them to come up for a little squizzy. Send this back like 30 metres. What do we got? Get that out of the way. It's not very big. I don't think. Oh, there's a billion salmon in front of us. What we got? I think this is a Bonito the way it's that rod tip sort of bouncing like that. That makes me think Bonito. They love a diver, these things. Not surprised, I sort of crawled up the side of the island, and just out here we've got all this current. There's a big ledge there, and this current's running from the east, pushing up over that ledge. It's a real pressure point. Here we go. Oh. Foul hook, Bonito. See if I can lift him in. There we go. So we swiped it, missed, copped the hook in the side. Well, that's the lure, the old King Brown, the old Bonito. I'll see if I can throw him back without making a huge splash. Oh, much better. Let's go. Grab that. Launch this. If that doesn't get eaten, we'll go to a popper. Birds out there. There's more life here now than there is in summer. It's crazy. Water 17.14 degrees. What we got? Salmon. Ugh. How's that for a stink bag? That's unimpressive. A dirty snook. Ugh. Yucky. Luckily he didn't swallow it and bite me off. Ugh. I reckon they're alright to eat fresh, but yeah, I don't think so. We're not that desperate. They're slimy and gross. Right, let's keep moving. Keeping an eye out for other stuff, like more aggressive sort of splashes of some tuna or something. There we go. There is just the odd fish here. This is a good, fun way to spend the day. Let's try and keep the hooks in this guy. It's funny because they're just eating this micro bait. I think they're liking the lures going slower because obviously the stuff they're chasing can't move real quick. That's a real good salmon. It's got a bit of weight about it, that one. Whew, that's a proper one. Let's get this out. I'll show you what we got. I don't want to treble in me. I think it's fair to say that's a fair salmon. That there is a real nice fish on top water. Heaps of fun. Happy with that. Loads of fun. Pop that hook out and we'll send him back. Oh. That may sound silly, but I reckon I've seen bigger ones than this swimming around. Tons of fun. Let's get another one. Look, a lot of people may go, oh, it's only salmon and bonito and stuff like that, but this stuff's a really good base to learn on if you want to get into casting at, you know, pelagics. You learn to take note of the way they're moving, what the tide's doing, where it's pushing, where the fish are sitting. They'll move through an area, then they'll often loop back and they'll start that push again. But also about getting yourself, you know, in position, not rushing into the school, sitting off, working out where they're going, and then making a good cast. There's no point casting too soon or missing the school. You want to sort of hit the direction. So if the school's going like towards us, I like to sort of have that, I suppose, 45-degree draw across it. So you're sort of pulling across the face of the fish that are moving forward. So all that sort of stuff is just, it's good fun. Like, you know, I remember when I caught my first bonito and salmon, it was like a massive thing when I was, a young kid doing this sort of stuff. I just love it. There's a patch here we'll get into. This isn't as tight, and I like that. I'm hoping that I reckon there's a whole lot of fish sitting down deep because we've got all these birds sitting down here, and then you've got fish just, you know, sporadically popping up. Just tickle forward as much as you want to put the throttle down and race into them. I think you're better off just to tick your way in, not spook the school. Ugh. That wasn't hard. Definitely been a case of a slower retrieve with this metal. But it makes sense, the bait's just micro, and even when you see it zipping around, it doesn't swim that fast. Yeah. It doesn't take any line. There we go, now he's digging in. I think he's a decent one. Oh, he's alright. He's all white. Not a giant, but he'll do. Nope. This way. Job done. How did you do that? There you go. And that 20-gram Marksman's only a little lure, but that's actually bigger than the bait that they're feeding on. To give you an idea, like I reckon if you were using a metal lure that was actually matching the size of the bait, it'd be about 5 grams. Downside to that is you can't get much of a cast out of a 5-gram lure. So anyway, he's going back. I'm going home. Good fun. Let's do this.